Hey everybody, what's up? It's you know who I don't do a lot of videos in this game anymore. I really have been burnt out. I don't need give any explanations or anything like that. I used to play for fun and uh, different things, and my friend in real life, he decided maybe this would be a game for me. Taught me into playing it. I had such terrible internet connection issues that it was hard for me to play with him, but he ended up quitting, and our other friend in real life, he ended up quitting, and I was sort of left on my own at that point. There's no hard feelings or nothing like that. Um, and I decided I needed to learn how to make money in the game, and I'd watch, videos on how to make money, and to be honest with you, it never really worked. And I did get a hold of a guy, and I was able to, he's not a famous YouTuber. No, he taught me how to, do for myself in a very relative short time frame. I could sell anything solo except for post-ops. That was the thing to do then when I started, was a lot of the MC work, and I was warned, don't join any of the grinding crews. And my intentions were to go in there, get help, give help, in return. And it never really worked out. And various reasons, racism in the crews, high school mentality, cliques, stuff like that, favoritism. And a lot of people noticed the change in me. It was actually a couple years ago on here. I don't have many people to watch, but to the ones that do, I'm grateful for. But I never intended for this to do anything at all, which it never really did. I have a music channel. I'm not going to get that music channel name, because if you like the music, you'll find the channel eventually, right? The cruise never worked out for me, and then, like, a couple years ago, I had this incident where, if most people know, I am physically disabled. I'm not going to keep getting into that. I don't need to concentrate on that. I'm trying to figure it out. And I'm going to be one of the last persons to shit on somebody that's disabled. I mean, not even shit on them. I'm one of the most understanding people you could ever meet in your life. But, of course, there's this group on PSN that ended up to be mine. I don't know how. And people would add people, and, and then to the group that was actually mine, and I really don't want to have nothing to do with it. So I was already involved with a couple guys I play with, and we just keep it small. No, there's not problems, but yeah, these career challenges come out. I don't know how I just died there. That's interesting. I guess I fell through the map. This is how bugged out this game is. But there was an incident with somebody in there, and then it was over to grinding the career challenges, which I never really wanted to do. I was going to do 2 of them, which was the survivals, and did one for the agency, which, got you that weed ban. But other than that, I really never had, much interest in them. Because I already did my grinding and my, quote, career goals of my own with the alien Easter egg resupply and tattoo, which Workman Everybody Soul told me about. And then, these groups started popping up on PlayStation, I'm sure on PSN, no kill lobby supposedly. It sounded like a good idea at the time, and I was in one of those, and I would have this guy that would just come on here, and
Why you ain't pick up when I called you earlier? You didn't get my text?
I'd help him sell his bunker. I don't have nothing against the guy to this date, but it just doesn't work. I had to do what I had to do, and that was block him, get rid of him. And I had no problem selling his bunker everywhere here and there, and all that stuff. I recall, asked the guy for help. Because I didn't sell anything at the time. I would sell stuff solo, and I didn't need help from anybody. So, I'd be like, hey, I don't get on the game until, evening. And I get these messages, do I have this for this career challenge? Middle of the day, it's like, okay, I told this person that I don't get on during the day. I get on in the evening at whatever time I said. It's okay. You don't ignore that. Is this constantly? Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, okay. Do this mission. It wasn't really a lot, but at the same time, I get on here to play my own game because everyone's game's different. You got 10 people. It's 10 different games because I play different from everybody else, and everybody else plays different from me. And fast forward, we were in a survival. We ended up in a survival. It was for one of the career challenges. So I was the last one alive. And really, what the breaking point was for me is when I was, quote, suggested to use a certain gun in a survival when I was the only one alive at this point. So it's like, why? I noticed this in GTA communities, which I'm not part of a GTA community because no one owns me. I don't own them. It's a game. I'm part of the community I live in, but that's it. Why would you give advice to somebody on something that's working for them? And that's the problem with the grinding community. It's like they'll try to one-up you. It's a lot the same with, a lot of communities. And then, so I just ended up, that was it for me. It was like, I can't deal with this no more. I ended up, I talked to a therapist of mine. They said, just block. And they told me that like a month prior to when I blocked this guy. Had this group, which really, like I said, I don't even know how it was mine, but it was mine because I added one person into it, and then that person added somebody else, and then added somebody else, and added somebody else. And I was part of this no-kill lobby, and I knew this crew leader of this guy that I got rid of and blocked. He comes in the Discord, there's some kind of problem between you and so-and-so, and really upset about it, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay, so what do you have to do with this? He's supposed to be this high and mighty crew leader, which I was in this crew at one time, and I thought it was total dog shit. I'll just be straight up. Favoritism, people could get by with shit in the leadership and no one else could, or they wouldn't pull it off in front of anybody else and just say you're blatantly lying. So I got away from that shit, and then this guy, is coming on me trying to bust my nuts, so I went in that server, and I left that server because I knew this guy was stalking me, this leader of this crew, so-called leader of this crew, even though he's not the leader on the thing. Because he's got no power in his real life. He's got to, try to judge others and what they've done, and he doesn't have jack shit, knows what I'm going through. Chronic pain, I get ketamine infusions for chronic pain, and telling me that I need to treat people because they're doing their own battles. I got to treat people with respect. How did I not treat people with respect? To try to gang up on you. This guy, in the end, whether he's disabled or not, was just a manipulative person to get what he wanted. Whether he actually realized it or not, I don't know, and I don't care. But this guy started, he tried to get me kicked out, to people in our Discord to, get rid of me as a friend because I'm this evil person and all this stuff. And, it comes on here, on PlayStation. And I'm stretching at the time, right? And, just to move for today, to be able to move for today, I could still, walk and everything like that and do things. A lot of things are hard. And then, I painted this picture of this guy doing this and this for my own narrative. I never even knew I had a narrative. I mean, I would like to know what their narrative was. And that's at the point in the moment where everything, my demeanor changed. That was the start of it. And he basically threatened me on the game and told me he was patient with me for years to stay away from him and his community, which I don't understand because I should have took him off the friends list a long time ago, right? I just left him on there, and I was never around him or his community, but if he was such a good crew leader, ask yourself this: why did his crew person have to go outside that crew to even get any help? Why? Then I made a video about this crew, and then one of the crewmates that was in that crew came on my video and said, whatever, why you still hung up? I don't know, because they really rubbed me the wrong way. Like, this is a game. It's supposed to be with adults. They act like they're high school children. And it's like, because I can. And I'm like, I was told to stay away from that community, and I expect the same. I want you guys to stay away from me. And then they basically said, well, you keep making videos on them, which I haven't for a long time, but I'm like, yeah, that's my prerogative. Which it is. So that's where the things started changing with my demeanor and how I did this guy awful and all this, and this guy didn't even know what was going on. To be quite blatant and frank about it, I mean, like I said, if he was such a great crew leader, no one in his crew would ever have to go outside that crew. It's a joke crew. It always was a joke crew, and it really pissed me off. I threatened the guy. I said, well, he threatened me on the game, and I'm like, well, let's just do this like men. Let's do it like men, because he told me, I need to man up. I told him he needed to man up at one point in time. You get a party chat with me, which he always has to have the last word. He always has to have the last word, this fucking weirdo. And that's how my demeanor started changing. And I would get involved with people I'm with now. I'm fine with that. And some other guy, and then, they're these type of people that, well, no one wants to have fun in the game, and they're afraid, and they're score warriors and this or that, and but me, I'm just supposed to sit there, right, in a game, and somebody shit on me in a plane, literally shit on me in a plane right now. This is what I'm gonna do: drop a sticky bomb, kill myself, right? Ewo. I would Ewo if it was still in the menu, the D-pad. Of course, I'm gonna Ewo. But these clowns are heist warp. Oh, this is what they'll do. This is what they'll do. They'll go on the phone. They'll find Gerald, Simeon, somebody like that. Request a job, right?
Hey, what can I do for you?
Which is really easy to do. Okay, so we're gonna wait on Gerald to send me the job. It's gonna pop up on my phone here. At least it should. Right there. Gerald, War and Pieces. The minute they're going to get killed, they whip her in his job. They'll say to, play scary ghost, this and that. Stalks people. Outright stalks people, right? And guy won't fight me one-on-one. He's always gets his fanboys. Which, to me, when you're hanging around a bunch of minors, it's very strange. It's very, very weird. If you're a grown adult, especially, older in age. It's so And I'm getting rid of him. He got rid of me. I don't really care because I never really did like the guy. I thought he was a weirdo. But you don't pick up on these things at first. But and then if you do this, you're a score warrior. But it's okay to warp into a job to prevent you from getting killed. And I'm just so tired of the community, and I'm so burnt out on it. I'm okay with the people that I play with, but I don't play much anymore. And yeah, that is my name there on the game. And then you get these other people that act like these, top pilots who actually cheat. They use Chronos and stuff like that. And, I'm not going to go out and buy Chronos. They act like that you shouldn't play in the game if you're not their level. But yet these guys won't even fight each other because they'll get too butthurt, on who's killing who and who's up on who. But then, they're not score warriors. But they'll do weird shit and then stalk the shit out of you and then say, stuff like, oh, I'm going to fuck your mother. Well, you're a really sick puppy, dude, because my mom's been dead for ages. But that's what really burnt me out. And then anymore, it's like you get on here, it's like you try to look for a good fight, maybe once in a while, maybe on ground or something, just to have some fun, right? Or, the other day I loaded in the lobby, I've had an instance with this person, really, really high KD. Some people will say mine is really high. This person is really high. And I'm like, I know they're around here. I should have known. I walk out of my bunker. They're sitting there out of sight, blows me up with the tank, right? I get out of that situation. I'm getting ready to kill him, leaves the session. 1-0, up forever. Good for you. No one cares. This content creator stuff to me, I should have went down the route of grinding. People would ask me, oh, yeah, well, what do you do to make money in this game? It's like, dude, I have over, at the time, is like $1.5 billion. Why do I need to make any more money? I'm not being cocky about it. I have more than that now. I have more than most of the people's favorite YouTube grinder channels. More money than they have. And then you get into that, and then you got a YouTuber that's using, reverse psychology on people to get them to send donations to them and can't read through this bullshit. It's blatantly bullshit. It's like, and there's people out there that will do without just to support people like this to go on vacations and stuff. It's really strange. It's really, really strange. But yeah, that's what really got me. And no matter what you do in this game, somebody will always find fault with it. You go into a heist with somebody, and this is in the grinding community, this is what I noticed a lot. Oh, this is what you're doing wrong. But you never died. You never died. You don't give a shit about doing elites. You're just in there to have fun. Well, you've got to scrutinize everything you do. Everything you do. It's ridiculous. It got to the point, and then like the fighting and that. It's like, well, it's use ghost org. You get in a fight with somebody. Neither person's using BST. Person's got to register CO to start dropping that BST and start spamming ghosts. Or they'll kill you, and when they're ghosts, and you get out of the situation, and then they'll hide. Literally hide. It won't come out of a building. And I do that sometimes. I'm not like hiding. I just don't want the confrontation and bullshit where people come on here to get clout. And really, honestly, when you think about it, you're nobody, just like me. In the reality of things, man. I mean, you're an important person. But on here, this is a make-believe world, and no one gives a shit about. If I said to my cousin, hey, do you know this person? I honestly, I could even, I'm not talking, like, even like the professional, which he's a better known, GTA YouTuber. I'm not dissing the guy. I don't really agree with him, but he never did nothing to me. If I'd say, do you know who he is? She'd have no idea. She'd have no freaking idea. Her husband would have no idea. Because no one really gives a shit. And then you make up these stories, oh, these guys are griefers, and we kill them because they're griefers, and these guys are griefing. Whether they're going to tell you this, they're doing it off the scenes, and it's just like, oh no, I just got really burnt out. But that's like the tripping point. And then people will say, well, you like to stir the pot. You call it stir the pot, telling the truth. You can say whatever the hell you want. I don't really care anymore. I don't want to have nothing to do with these people ever again in my life.
You like that about Spanish girl?
I won't have nothing to do with these people I've had these problems with in the past. I'm not dealing with it. I'm just not dealing with it. So I'm trying to take care of my own health. I have my own health problems. Oh, that was another one. Well, people, I didn't want to fight the one day, right? Because I was in severe pain. I had missed 3 months of ketamine infusions because of a scheduling problem. I was in severe pain. I don't want to fight. Oh, you're complaining. You're complaining. You don't want to fight. It's an excuse. No, it's like I really didn't want to fight because I was in that much pain. I couldn't even think right. I still can't even think right all the time on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I'm pretty clear. Don't get me wrong. But
I'm trying to get a job at Glory Hole.
that's really my breaking point was then, and it just continues, and just to the point. Oh, well, no, these guys are score warriors. Oh no, well, let's just go on the phone here, and let's just go into Gerald War and Pieces to get away from getting killed. Well, hey, man, we're in the cool kids club or cool adult grown-up club. You know, I hope in GTA 6 there is actually no PvP, none. I think that a lot of people are going to be disappointed in the game because you're not going to be able to get by with a lot of stuff people used to do. If it's successful, I hope you can do it all on your own, if need be. That way you don't have to be bothered by any of these weirdos. And these crews, there's something wrong with them in the brain, man. It's like they're trying to take power of something because they're lacking something. It's just very odd and peculiar. And even some of the groups that I was in, like the no-kill lobbies, you know, I actually didn't have a problem with the dude that actually ran it. But it's like when you say no killing and this and that, and then I come in a lobby, and then somebody's, you know, a mod's involved in the killing his friend, but then I get, you know, question and a message on the phone, why is there killing in the lobby? Because someone mistakenly thinks that I'm a moderator. But then, you know, I bring this up and it's like, oh, well, your friend came in and almost in a hot, really hot, and almost killed us. It's like, okay, so what do I have to do about my friend? I have no control over him. I had no control. I wasn't there. I don't care. I'm talking about, you know, it's just like, wow, man. And it's like, I'm in some groups now I have no problem with. But I don't need them. Well, anyways, that's where it is. I'm not going to probably do much on here anymore. I might here and there because any video on GTA has been done. That can be done. Alrighty. Have a good one.